Well, Russia has issued a list of sanctions against 13 Canadians. One of those include Etobicoke Centre MP Ted Opitz. Now, he joins us live from Ottawa. Ted, thanks for joining us. First off, your reaction to being on this list.
Well, thanks for having me on, Nathan. My reaction to being on this list tells me that we've gotten the attention of the Kremlin and Mr. Putin. That's important because our Prime Minister has been very vocal on this, as you know. He's I think, led the world in his response. You heard him from Kiev on Saturday. Prime Minister was very direct in what Canada's response to Russia's highly illegal invasion of Ukraine is. Russia had broken every international law in doing so and has caused great concern in Europe, probably the most concern since the Cold War in terms of global peace and security. So we're highly concerned about what Russia has done. Canada, as you know, has laid on numerous sanctions against key individuals in both earlier the Ukrainian, now the Crimean, and the Russian regimes, and against Bank Russia, which is a St. Petersburg bank that is integral to this.
And do you expect sanctions from Canada to go even further now?
Well, I expect so. And the Prime Minister, as you know, today is talking to his G7 colleagues. They've come out with a very strong statement. The Prime Minister is in Europe, and he's talking to all his European colleagues and encouraging Europe to continue to urge and initiate strong sanctions and responses to what Mr. Putin and the Russian Federation have done. It's critical to isolate Russia economically, politically, and diplomatically, and in concert and in cooperation with all of our allies, the G7, the EU, the US, the European Council. We must isolate him even further and isolate Russia to demonstrate to them that this has been the exact wrong course of action to take. The Prime Minister was very explicit that he wants Russia to vacate Crimea and have meaningful discussions with the legitimate Ukrainian government, which he was there on Saturday to support and to demonstrate to all the people of Ukraine that Canada stands by them.
What does this all mean for the future of the G8?
Well, you heard what the Prime Minister's feelings are on the topic. The G7 is discussing that now, and as a collective, they will come out with a decision. However, Mr. Putin, in the meantime, Sochi has been is not going to happen, and he was the G8 president. He's excluded from these discussions clearly, and that's a signal that shows him that his isolation is growing in the G7. And this has been an organization that's been very important to Russia and very important to President Putin personally. And so that's just yet another measure that demonstrates that the world is very concerned about his very provocative and dangerous actions in Crimea.
What would you say to those who are concerned about trade and investment between Canada and Russia?
You know, those are good issues when they're done between allies and countries that work cooperatively and in good faith. You know, freedom, democracy, human rights, and a rule of law don't have a price. And these must be defended, and these must be defended even if sanctions mean that there may be some tough times ahead. It's important to note that you know, we have to stand by our principles, as the Prime Minister has very clearly done throughout this entire issue, and as he has clearly demonstrated yet again on Saturday. And as you know, he brought along Minister Baird and Minister McKay to offer further technical support to the government in Ukraine.
Etobicoke Centre MP Ted Opitz, thanks for your time.